Alright guys, what's going on? This is SecondBlank here, and I'm wearing my in-home shirt. And for those of you guys who don't know what the hell that is, that basically means that I have holes in this shirt that I only wear at home. So I have holes, in the front side, and the back side, and the underarm of the shirt. Basically, I use it just to lounge around, relaxing. It's clean, of course, because, don't get me wrong, I love it when my clothes are clean and stuff like that. It just has holes. It's really old, and I don't like wearing like nice clothes while I'm at home. I like to wear like clothes I can just be, I guess, quote unquote dirty in a sense, and just be able to relax in and without worrying how the condition of the clothes is. I don't know why I said that. It's really weird, but I like to tell people that because every time I tell them my in-home clothes, they think, oh, maybe he's wearing nice clothes right now. Not the case. Anyway, guys, I'm here to tell you guys that I've been noticing something going on recently on YouTube, and I'm seeing these commentators nowadays giving out a sort of a relationship advices. I saw this and I thought, whoa, what's going on? Why are people making these videos about relationships? And I realized that Valentine's Day is just like 2 weeks away from now. We're like 2 weeks and a half kind of way into it. So I thought, oh, that's probably why people want to get involved with other people, and they want to get into relationships, so they trying to find that special someone before Valentine's Day, and then after that they just dump them because fuck it, we ain't gonna deal with birthdays and Christmases and shit like that, right? I'm kidding, people. I suggest you dump them even way before then. Anyway, guys, I've been watching those videos and I thought, wow, well, this is pretty much good general advices, and I would support most of these advices most of the time, but the fact of the matter is these are very blanket advices, which I mean by which is that these would generally fit a general group of people, but it won't fit everyone because every relationship, every couple, every person differs. So to give them a very vague general advice would not really help them, but it will help them get started at what they could improve on, or what they can start the little fact-finding mission on, and then they can solve the problem from there. But I realized that these commentators do not talk about love itself, don't talk about the basis of love, the concept of love, what love truly is about. And hopefully I can cover that for you guys, so you guys get a general idea of what the hell love really is, and maybe define what the love part is in your relationships, and maybe fix it on that end instead of trying to figure out what's wrong with the situation itself. So let's get into this. Now, for me, love is basically like a passionate affection towards someone else. So you care about this person so much to the point that you have some affection towards them. Now, there is two things I also want to tack on into this little definition of the word love. And the fact is that the love should be, or has to be, unconditional and permanent. And I'll tell you guys that for a reason in just a minute, but I want to delve even further into the definition of love. Now, also, when I think about love, I don't think of love as a good thing. Now, you guys may, interpret that wrongly, but I say that to say that the love doesn't always bring about good results. It doesn't bring always a good connotation towards it. Sometimes love can produce a negative result, a bad result. And you guys are asking me, what? Love can't be bad. If love is bad, then that means there's no love at all. And I don't know why I made some kind of accent when I said that, because I think that's how subscribers talk nowadays. Okay, well, well, the fact of the matter is, love, like most emotions, are neutral emotions. They do not carry any sort of connotation at all. It's what produces from that is when we think, oh, it's good and it's bad. For example, when we think of the emotion anger, we always think that it's a negative emotion because it brings about negative results. And when we say that we use anger, we typically think, oh, violence follows anger, or argument, or dismay, or chaos is derived from anger. But sometimes it doesn't happen with anger. Sometimes it could happen. Sometimes good things can happen from anger. Sometimes revolution, or sometimes positive results will come from that, where things will change for the better. It all depends on the situation itself. So because it depends on the situation of anger, it will also depend on the situation of how love is used. Now, for love to produce a good result, the person that is being the receiving end of the love will have to be, I guess, all dependent on what you want in your dream guy slash dream girl or whoever. But typically, they would involve the person being caring, kind, who is very much alike from you, who is very relatable to you, who basically will not harm you in any way, shape, or form. So, for love to produce a negative result, it all depends on the situation, of course, and the person. But typically, it would be because the person that is receiving the love is bad, quote unquote bad. And what I mean by bad is people who are abusive, people who are just uncaring, do not give two shits about whatever or whomever, and basically are just jerks, assholes, you know, not nice people. Those typically fall into the realm of bad people. And it could also be because you fall in love with them for bad reasons. And you typically see that, especially with people who are a victim of abuse. Whether it's physical, mental, sexual abuse, that kinds of things. You typically see that because the person receiving the abuse has this this deliria that they love the person because they wouldn't do this for any other person, or they would think, oh, you know, they do this to me because they love me, because they care about me and all that stuff. And to say that that's not love is very, very much wrong, because they feel the love for them, and they think, or they understand that the love for them is unconditional and permanent, because they, no matter what happens, you know, they're still going to love them no matter what. And you also typically see that with enablers, people who support people who are doing negative things, and keeps supporting them, and that's basically like people who are addicts or stuff like that, or, you know, basically that would be the wrong reasons why love would be produced, and that's a negative result. So now you guys are thinking, oh crap, I have to like analyze my relationships now. This is not good. Well, there's also another thing I also want to talk about, and which is going back to the definition of unconditional and permanent love. Now, I say that because I was talking to a few people a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about past relationships and you know, and all that good stuff. You know, what was good about the relationship, what was bad about the relationship. And to the most point, I would understand why, you know, relationships end because, you know, they were bad or they just didn't work out. And that's typically okay to hear. But they said something along the lines of what was bad about the relationship, and they kind of threw me off a bit. And they said that along the lines of that they really love this person, you know, to the fullest. But something happened where the person changed, and that change made them think, oh, I don't like this change at all, therefore I do not love this person anymore. And that kind of really bothered me, because that really meant to me was that the love for them was extremely conditional, to the point where they said, okay, if this happens, I am going to bow out of this relationship and not love you anymore. And that kind of worries me to the point, because that means that at any given moment the relationship could end because you might have done something wrong, or something has changed to the point where they do not like it, and then they say, okay, I don't want to be in this anymore, and I don't love you at all because this happened. And I don't know, like, to me that kind of isn't the wrong, because to me love should have no conditions over that. Like, no matter what, if you love this person like you say you do, regardless of what happens in a relationship or what happens to them, you should love them for who they are. And I think that's what love is a true emotion for who that person is the true caring, the passionate affection for that person, regardless of what they do or what they say or how they carry themselves. And that kind of sucks in a way, but like I said, love is very neutral at that point, because regardless of what happens, love is gonna be there no matter what. It's only on what results from that love is when we say if it's good or it's bad. So when I heard that, their love was conditional, I told them, well, you know, maybe your love was not really love itself. Maybe it was just, you know, extreme like or something like that, or just that you just did not really care for that person to love them. And they were offended by that. They're just like, no, I didn't love them because, you know, they did this to me, or this happened, or blah, 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 blah. I thought, well, yeah, that typically is true, and that I would, you know, agree with you to say that that happened, therefore you should, you know, not be with them. But to call it love because something happened and then that changed, you know, I don't think that was really love at all. So, because of which, I kind of got confused as to what their warped idea of love was. And they said to the point that, you know, depending on the person, I put on some set of conditions to them. And if they break any of those conditions, yeah, love will, you know, not matter anymore. And that kind of sucks to see that, because that means that they would never be happy with people. If they put conditions on love and they can change that love just of a snap of a finger, that means they'll never find true happiness. And that kind of sucks at that point. They will not find, you know, quote unquote true love. That they would only want conditional love, to the point where they say they can control the love itself and say, oh yeah, you know, I can, you know, basically change everything by just the saying so of, you know, my words of daggers. I don't know, it's weird. My put in an analogy. But anyway, to me, that's what love is. Now, I understand that people will definitely have questions about this, and they would basically be worried about that, you know, but, you know, that's my definition of love. I think that, to me, that's what truly matters, but you may have something different about that. And I would love to hear what your definition of love is in the comments below, in the inboxes. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys have any questions about the love itself, or like your relationships, I would strongly suggest you know, deeply analyze what your relationship is and how your love is compared to what I may think or what you believe what love should be, and then see if that truly is love. If you are sticking true to what you want and what the person wants, then I believe that's what love is, but I'm not entirely sure. It all depends on the person itself. Like I said, it depends on from person to person, so it may change from time to time, the advices, but like I said, general advice should help you get a basis of where you should start, but always analyze your own, you know, definition of what love is, because that's more than likely where you will get your answers from. Anyway, guys, I hope that you like this commentary. I would suggest, if you want to see more of these videos, to go ahead and check out other videos of mine, other commentaries. Some of them are funny, some of them are not. And by not, I mean they're just ranty and they're just weird. And if you like them to the point where you want to see more, I would go ahead and suggest to you to click that subscribe button. I would definitely love to meet you guys, and definitely love to game with you guys. And hopefully there will be some gameplay in the background where actually will fit this subject matter. But anyway, guys, I hope to see you guys later. I hope you enjoy your day / evening whenever you are watching this. This is SecondBlank saying peace out. Later, Gators.